Breaking today, Meghan Markle is under growing pressure to speak out after her best friend and the godfather to Princess Lilibet was accused of sex assault. Now, this is Tyler Perry.
Hollywood, a dazzling facade built on carefully managed perceptions, just witnessed a shocking, swift betrayal that reverberated through the highest echelons of celebrity alliances. You've seen the picture-perfect image, the global adoration, the glowing profiles of effortless success. But what if that pristine exterior hid a ruthless game of self-preservation, leaving quiet devastation in its wake?
Revelations coming from TMZ, which reports he's been sued for sexual assault by an Oval actor who says he suffered for years at the hands of this man.
Our story dives into the sudden vanishing act of Meghan, the Duchess of Rebranding, who, with breathtaking speed, erased her former savior, Hollywood mogul Tyler Perry, from her life. No courtesy emoji, no phone call, just a silent digital obliteration. His name yanked from family chats, his godfather title stripped from memoir drafts, his image vacuumed from the royal baby book. Poof! Relationship erased as if it never existed. Why the sudden ghosting?
Now, Tyler Perry is not a good guy here because, do you remember, he was the one who popped up in Meghan Markle's Netflix documentary with Prince Harry and absolutely tore to pieces the British royal family, indeed saying that he would not have agreed to become the godfather of Princess Lilibet if it meant attending the christening in Britain. Remember, that would have been a christening.
A colossal $260 million lawsuit just detonated in Perry's face. Actor Derek Dixon claims Hollywood's kindest billionaire ran a year-long power trip filled with intimidation and career-crushing threats. One court filing, and Meghan's pristine brand began wheezing like a busted leaf blower. Most people completely missed this seismic shift, but trust me, the ground is still trembling. This isn't just about a friendship ending. It's about the ruthless calculations made when reputation hangs by a thread and the explosive secrets that could spill when loyalty evaporates. Here's where it gets really messy. Remember, this is the same Tyler Perry who, in 2020, whisked the Sussexes out of the palace firestorm. He offered his Beverly Hills fortress, a private jet, and round-the-clock bodyguards when King Charles reportedly refused to foot the bill. Netflix cameras even captured Meghan tearfully speaking of feeling unprotected, with Harry then praising Perry as family. Meghan solidified this bond, naming him godfather to baby Lilibet, a profound gesture of gratitude that seemed unbreakable. It was an alliance built on perceived loyalty until suddenly it wasn't.
She is so holier than thou. With anyone else, the slightest hint of an accusation means she throws people under the bus. By the way, including her own father, including her own sister, including her own brother. These accusations against Tyler Perry are incredibly serious. Now, you know, because of my personal experience.
The moment the lawsuit against Perry exploded into headlines, the Duchess of Rebranding hit the delete button. No public statement of support, no defense for the man who provided refuge, just frozen silence. Royal trackers immediately noticed her team scrubbing old press clippings that hailed Perry as Lilibet's guardian angel. Social media sleuths watched in real time as his christening photo vanished from Meghan's carefully curated nostalgia reel. Even Princess Lilibet's Wikipedia page quietly flipped from is to was regarding her godfather. Coincidence? Sure, if you still believe in unicorns. Inside the Montecito mansion, Harry reportedly paces, torn between the billionaire who saved him and the wife who signs every check. He's said to be furious that London courtiers are already doing the told you so jig, while Meghan is reportedly raging that Perry's PR wildfire could scorch her shiny new Spotify comeback.
It actually turns out to be, and if she is going to be there and support her friend, or even be passive in the relationship and still say things like he's innocent until proven guilty, or will she just throw him under the bus and cut all ties as she has done in the past? Well, I suppose time will tell very shortly.
You probably think this is where the story ends. You're wrong. Just when tabloids thought the Sussexes couldn't serve hotter tea, here comes their billionaire benefactor, suddenly branded a walking PR disaster. But here's the savage twist. Meghan's cleanup crew just tripped over one rookie mistake that could blast this entire cover-up to kingdom come. Don't blink, you'll miss the detonation. Before we get to that fatal error, let's rewind to the honeymoon phase, back when Tyler Perry was essentially the Sussexes' fairy god billionaire. Picture early 2020. Harry and Meghan had just dramatically exited the palace, creating a media frenzy. Paparazzi were circling their every move, royal funds were cut, and their security was a major concern. Enter Perry, Hollywood's king of feel-good family films, parachuting in with an $18 million Beverly Hills fortress, round-the-clock security, and a private jet on standby. It was an unprecedented act of generosity, a lifeline extended at a moment of extreme vulnerability. For 2 vital paparazzi-free months, the Sussexes lived like royalty without the royals, sipping green juice by Perry's infinity pool while the tabloids wondered where they'd vanished.
Well, we know that she's always looking out for herself and what she can get out of situations, such as where she lives and the people she hangs around with in LA, and using her friends like Oprah for puff pieces and calling it journalism and staying in Tyler's properties and such. So
Harry called the gesture life-saving, and Meghan went even further, cementing their bond in the most personal way possible. This seemingly random act of kindness connects directly to everything about to unfold. Meghan announced that Tyler Perry was baby Lilibet's godfather, a title that, in royal circles, signifies a lifelong sacred bond not easily broken. Cameras rolled for their Netflix docuseries as Perry beamed about little Lily's christening, promising to guide her spiritually. It was the ultimate Hollywood meets Windsor crossover, billionaire filmmaker, ex-royal power couple, and a brand new princess. The public cheered, the palace fumed at their perceived defiance, and Perry's halo gleamed brighter than any Disney climax. The story of his generosity became a cornerstone of the Sussexes' early narrative in America, portraying them as resourceful and well-connected beyond the monarchy.
Queer Lips of Truth, on hearing this, Brittany posted, I wonder if Tyler Perry and Prince Harry had similar encounters, the most aggressive incident.
It painted a picture of resilience, a narrative Meghan meticulously crafted for her new life. However, fast forward to this week, and that halo has visibly cracked. A civil suit landed in Los Angeles, accusing Perry of abuse of power and serious workplace misconduct. Headlines blared a $260 million lawsuit, brand experts screamed toxic, and Meghan's team reportedly started sweating. The moment your self-proclaimed savior becomes headline poison, the gratitude parade ends fast. Perry's godfather status morphed from honor badge to hazard symbol, bad optics, messy questions, and endless memes threatening to undermine the very foundation of her carefully constructed brand. Wait, there's more. Cue Meghan's emergency pivot, executed with ruthless efficiency. 1 minute, she's praising Perry for protecting their family. The next, she's vapor cleaning his name from every official baby document and public mention. That soft-focused christening picture vanished, and press releases touting their chosen god family were swiftly memory hold.
But, reading through them, you can see sort of echoes of what we've heard in other situations with Hollywood types. And so I could definitely see there being some truth here. I don't know for sure, but it's definitely very serious. We will see where it goes, if it gets settled out of court or anything like that. But it also happens to be the case.
Meghan's mantra is simple. If it hurts the brand, cut it loose. Regardless of past loyalty, Tyler's billions can't save him from the blacklist she reportedly keeps right next to her mood board. This calculated move connects directly to the coming storm. But remember, Perry didn't just hand over keys to his fortress. He knows every Montecito secret, every late-night meltdown, every draft pitch deck for their ventures. And now, he's reportedly feeling scorned. If he decides to talk, the Sussex storybook could catch fire, exposing vulnerabilities and private moments the couple desperately want to keep hidden. And that fatal mistake I teased? It involves Perry, a missing contract clause, and receipts that could make Buckingham Palace's stiff upper lip quiver. You'll want popcorn for this next part, because what happens next will shock you. Court filings don't whisper, they scream. On June 13th, Los Angeles judges unsealed a $260 million bomb naming Tyler Perry and detailing allegations of abuse of power, harassment, and intimidation. Actor Derek Dixon, a familiar face from Perry's BET drama The Oval, alleges the mogul used career promises as bait, then turned ruthless when Dixon pushed back. The paperwork is stacked with damning evidence: text messages, production emails, even a note from Dixon's talent representative begging Perry's team to stop the alleged threats. Perry's lawyer vehemently calls the whole thing a cash grab, but the sheer volume of allegations, 9 separate counts across hundreds of pages, was enough to make TMZ's servers melt. If you never heard of Derek Dixon before, picture this. An actor lands a small part on Perry's streaming hit, quickly promoted to a series regular, then quits the show in 2024 after filing a federal complaint. Dixon's suit alleges Perry blacklisted him across half of Hollywood the moment he spoke up, effectively ending his promising career. That timeline is crucial because guess which year Harry and Meghan were commuting in and out of Perry's mansion, enjoying his hospitality and security? Yep, the very same stretch when, according to court papers, Perry was allegedly engaging in the behavior Meghan's team is now trying to distance her from. Meghan's team is reportedly locking down anyone who dared to complain, frantic to control the narrative. Now, imagine Meghan's team reading that legal docket at 6 in the morning. Montecito time, coffee mugs, shaking. The Duchess sells empowerment like it's perfume. She just rebooted her lifestyle brand, launched a new podcast pilot, and fed the press quotes about creating safe workspaces for storytellers. Suddenly, her fairy god billionaire is being painted as the office bully of the century. Brand Sussex cannot touch that with a 10-foot Swarovski wand. It fundamentally contradicts her carefully cultivated image. The damage control plan was swift. Delete everything. Meghan's aides were instructed to strip Perry's name from all press talking points, dump a planned charity collaboration, and start feeding gossip sites a sugary new narrative. Anything to change the headline cycle before breakfast. But here's the snag, the critical detail most people missed. Perry reportedly kept receipts, and his team is hinting on background that if Meghan fully disowns him, they might clarify what really happened during those hidden Beverly Hills months. Translation: he's ready to talk, and he knows every private conversation, every whispered concern from their time under his roof. That's not even the clause I warned you about earlier. It's worse. Buried deep within those legal exhibits is a tiny but crucial detail. A confidentiality rider Perry allegedly made all house guests sign before stepping on his jet or entering his property. If valid and enforceable, this means Meghan could be called to testify under oath about what she knew, when she knew it, and her interactions with Perry during the period of the alleged misconduct. One subpoena and her carefully edited fairy tale could be exposed under oath in a very public court. Stick around. The next piece of paper could flip this entire scandal on its royal head. Meghan's crisis squad punched the panic button before sunrise. First order of business, scrub every Tyler Perry post off the grid. By noon, his smiling face was gone from her Instagram highlight reel, the cheerful "Goddaddy" captions wiped, and their friendly video calls quietly expired without a trace. Palace gossip lines caught the cleanse in real time, blasting screenshots of Perry's name vanishing like a faulty app update. Next came the hush order. Staffers were told to speak only through legal counsel. Brand partners received emergency memos, and Harry's closest pals were reminded that the couple's Montecito gates now count noses. Meanwhile, Meghan's public feed turned into a nonstop, candy-colored ad for her as ever summer drop. New apricot jam, orange blossom honey, and a fancy rosé teased with beachy selfies. The message: focus on sunny spreads, not lawsuits. And it worked, sort of. Inventory still sold out in 4 hours, but every comment section was clogged with fans asking, "Where's Uncle Tyler now?" Behind the curtain, aides reportedly floated a cute fallback. Maybe Lilibet doesn't need an official godfather after all. She can have a circle of mentors. Translation: delete the title, but try to maintain the fairy tale optics. The trouble is, royal protocol isn't a Netflix storyline. You can't just hit backspace on a sacred christening vow without paperwork, witnesses, and a priest who remembers. And according to court watchers, Perry's legal team has already preserved the guest list, photo proofs, and a notarized certificate with his name in elegant calligraphy. Try editing that out of existence. Worse, word leaked that Meghan's lawyers allegedly missed a tiny but crucial line in Perry's original friends and family NDA. If either party publicly disowns the other, the non-breaching side gets to speak on record about any private material necessary to protect their reputation. Translation: if she fully ghosts him, he's free to spill every Montecito confession, every Zoom rant, every first draft pitch he kept in his archives. One tell-all podcast, and the Sussex brand could melt faster than her apricot jam. And here's the ticking clock. Perry's advisors are quietly shopping TV-exclusive interviews, just in case the Duchess hits full eject. If he signs, we're talking primetime confessional, potentially bigger than Oprah, complete with receipts that could rewrite the Megxit saga in 4K detail. So yes, Meghan scrubbed his face from the feed, but the one thing she couldn't wipe was his memory card. That oversight might be the domino that tips her sparkling new empire straight off its pedestal.